Hi everyone, it's always nice to meet you again in a new episode. Our episode for today is about money creation. Have you ever heard of the concept of money creation? What it is and how it affects us is what we are going to explore in our video for today. In order to make this complicated concept much more easier to understand, I'm going to start this video with a story that is somehow entertaining. Kindly, if you find the contents of this video helpful for you, please share it, like it, and subscribe for the channel for more videos in the future. Similar to all the stories that you have heard before, our story starts on the same tracks. Once upon a time and far, far away, the story took place in a small town that is by the seaside. The people who lives in this town, they used to have very simple life, and they do have also very simple jobs, not more than farming and fishing. Thus, the economy of this small town is described to be a simple economy where people usually extend credits for each other to make the life happen. One day, the town was visited by a stranger who looked so wealthy, and from the looks of this man, the towners guessed that he must be gentle and generous. Upon his arrival, the stranger approached the only one hotel that existed in this town and handed over the hotel owner $100 bill. The stranger then said, "The $100 may stay as a refundable insurance while I'm checking the quality of the rooms you do have at this hotel." The hotel owner was so stunned, considering how poor is the economy of his town. It's been a while he did not see $100 bill, and he thought to himself, "This is the only one hotel in the town, and the stranger, if he is willing to stay in this town, he will have no other choices but to stay in my hotel." This is how the hotel owner thought of it. The hotel owner made up his mind and decided to make use of the $100 that he has just received from the stranger. He walked his way to the meat shop next door and paid the $100 he has just received from the stranger in full to the meat shop owner to settle his dues with the meat shop. The meat shop owner, on his turn, he walked to the farm and he paid the $100 he has just received from the hotel owner. He paid it to the farmer to clear his dues with the farm. The farmer happened to be in debt for the hotel owner. And once he received this $100 from the meat shop owner, he walked his way to the hotel and he paid the $100 and cleared his debts with the hotel. By then, the stranger finished his tour in the hotel and he looked unhappy with what he had seen. Seems the hotel is not up to his expectations and he claimed his $100 bill back as it was paid as a refundable insurance. Eventually, the stranger left the town back to where he came from without spending any single $1. Now our story is done, but have you noticed how the promise of spending $100, which wasn't eventually spent, it created real worth of $300 transactions? As you may recall, at the beginning, the hotel owner paid the meat shop owner $100, then the meat shop owner paid the farmer $100, and the farmer paid back the hotel owner $100. $300 worth of transactions was triggered by a transaction that did not take place. This is what we call it organic money creation. In the second part of this video, we will have another story with a bank involved to see the magic. Not far away from the town we talked about in our previous story, another town existed, but this time this town is having much better economy and more advanced living style. And the towners or the people who lives in this town, they do have better lives or better living standards. In this town, there was a bank, and each of the towners, without exception, is having an account opened with this one only bank that existed in this town. Our story begins with John. John is one of the towners, and he is having so far a great career and a very nice payout. He plans to actualize some of his dreams, and he decided to buy his dream car. However, and unfortunately, John does not have enough money to pay for this car purchase at his own. As such, he approached the bank and applied for a car loan, which was typically approved since John, as I have said, is having a great career and a very nice payout, and why the bank would mind. The bank credited the money to John's account, then transferred it to Steve's account, the car dealer. Steve is the car dealer, and similar to all other towners, Steve is having an account with the same bank because there is no other bank. Steve, in his turn, transferred the money he just received to Alex. Alex is the car manufacturer, who happened as well to have a bank account with the same bank. Our story is done for now. Have you noticed how the bank created the money from nothing? And the most importantly, have you noticed that the money never left the bank? It just kept moving from an account to another account under the same bank. Moving on, in the third and the final part of this video, we're going to discuss the implications of this process, the money creation process. The commercial banks, by design, they do have the capacity to create as much as 10 multiples of each one unit of the fiat currency added to the circulation. For example, if the Fed of the United States printed or added $1 to the circulation, the commercial banks of the United States, they are capable of issuing $10 in a credit for that $1. The result is 400 trillions worth of global credit, which cannot be paid back. Don't fool yourself or let anyone else fools you. This credit is not going to be paid back, and eventually this credit will be the cause of the financial or the ultimate financial collapse. There is only 5.5 trillions of gold, including jewelries, and 1.1 trillion of Bitcoin. Those are the only assets that does make sense in the whole financial system. The rest are bubbles. Bonds are bubbles. Stocks are bubbles. Real estate are bubbles. And eventually these bubbles are going to be burst, and somebody will eventually seek refuge in one of these markets, either Bitcoin or gold. That's all for our video. Please, if you find it helpful for you, share it, like it, and subscribe for the channel for more videos in the future. See you again in a few days.